Hi, it's Coach Mick, and I'd like to welcome you to video number 8 of our 10-part series on the serve, and it's titled Contact. So finally, we get to make contact with the tennis ball, and the simple, efficient tennis solution for you is hit up and out and make sure your arm is almost fully extended, or just concentrate on being fully extended at contact. You know, your arm is a lever, and the shorter the lever, the less leverage we have. So if my arm is fully extended, my serve is going to be a little bit more powerful, yes, because I have more leverage, but I'm also going to have a little bit more control. Now in this stage, you're going to see your left arm coming into your body a little bit more now in this stage. You're going to see a little bit more shoulder over shoulder here. You're going to see more of a straight line between contact and your left foot. And you're going to see that your back foot is really starting to kick backwards. And this is really important even during the last stage, because this is going to get your hips to stop going around too quickly, which is going to give you much more acceleration through contact. So I hope you enjoy the videos, and we'll be back after the videos to wrap up stage number 8, contact. All right, so in the contact stage here, a couple things you're going to see here is, number one, she's fully extended at contact. So she's reaching as high as she can reach at contact right there. Very important. Full extension right there at contact. That's excellent. All right, another thing you want to see is how her left arm is coming in, kind of like it's in a sling here. And all that allows her to do is to be able to rotate on this axis. All right, it's almost like a figure skater. You might think of a figure skater when they have their arms out, they start to spin slowly, and then when they bring their arms in, they start spinning a lot faster. And that allows her to have a little bit more angular momentum. Now, the other thing you'll see, and it's hard to see in this video here, is you have the shoulder over shoulder. So her right shoulder is over her left shoulder. So she's reaching up there, and it's kind of like, one analogy I use is like when you're a little kid and your mom hides the cookies on the top shelf. What do you have to do? Well, you're going to reach with that shoulder over shoulder because you can reach higher to get those cookies. So that's one way I like to think about it, just in terms of that extension. Now, the one thing that you're going to see here, and this is crucial when it comes to contact, is that, number one, you're going to see that back leg, or her right leg, start to come backwards. And that's going to be important because now in this stage you can see where her hips here are facing the net. Now, if her back leg, which is very common for recreational players, comes forward, that's going to allow her hips to come forward and around more in a circle. And you might think that's good, but the problem is when one link stops in this kinetic chain, when one link stops, that helps the next link accelerate. And if her hips are coming around too much in a circle and not stopping, you're going to see that your arm is going to move a lot slower. So it's really important that when this back leg here, you'll see, starts to move back, starts to kick back, that locks the hips, which provides for a little bit more acceleration. So we're a little past contact there, but you can see where that leg is just starting to come back. Very, very important to get that racket moving through quicker. And the same thing with Dimitrov here. You'll see how that left arm is starting to collapse in towards the chest there. All right, and also this is where you'll see his back foot start to kick backwards right there. And what that does is it locks these hips up a little bit more, allowing his racket head a little bit more acceleration through contact. Now if we go back here we go again. There's full extension. There's just a slight elbow flexion, and you'll see where his knee, so just a little bit of elbow right here. All right, just a slight flexion. And you'll see where his hips now are facing the net a little bit more. And again, you can see a little bit more clear in this video where he has the shoulder over shoulder right there. Now, if you really want to get technical about that in that hip over hip, same thing here. All right, so he's got this and that. That's about on the average, about a 48-degree tilt of the trunk. So if you were an expert and you were looking for that, that's kind of what you look for, somewhere in that area. And again, I like to just look at this straight line from this extension really comes, that's where you get the most extension off that left toe there, all the way up through contact there. That's that straight line I was talking about, or reaching for those cookies on the top shelf. And remember, the simple, efficient tennis solution here is just hit up and out and make sure you're trying to be fully extended. So I'm going to make sure I'm hitting not only this way, but I'm going to make sure I'm hitting up and out, very important, and then to make sure that I'm fully extended.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the videos there of both the 1-point and the 2-point stance, and I hope you'll see that how everything has to kind of be in order to lead up to this. And it's really not that difficult if you can throw a baseball. So as tennis pros, we look at all these different stages to make sure you're doing all of these things, because we know if you forget one of these stages, it's going to have an effect on this stage, which is one of the most important stages, and that is contact. Now, as tennis pros, if we're any good, we're hopefully going to tell this to you in a real simple way so you understand some of these theories when it comes to serving in the kinetic chain. But remember, if you have questions at any time, you can always go to realtennisnetwork.com.
Hi, it's Coach Mick, and if you enjoyed this video, then I'm sure that you will enjoy my free step-by-step serving progression guide that includes all 10 progressions of the serve with accompanying illustrations, a simple explanation of each stage for those of you just starting out, and a more detailed explanation for those of you who are more advanced, all in bullet form. Now, below each illustration, there is a clickable link that will take you directly to the video post of each specific stage, showing you some of the top players in the world going through these same exact progressions. This guide will put all 10 stages of the serve in one convenient location for you, so you do not have to go search around on the site or the internet for each individual stage. And if you'd like to download the free guide, you can do so by clicking the link to the side or beneath this video. And remember that if you have any questions, please email me at mick@realtennisnetwork.com.